psychogenic fugue. The mind tricks itself. You can either take on another identity or you do what you have to do to hide those things from yourself.
It's been a pleasure talking to you.
Many of David Lynch's work I would consider horror adjacent. Projects that may be set in another subgenre but always seem to creep into the nightmare fuel of dark imagery and dreamlike situations, leading by its neo-noir Hollywood style alongside this deeply unsettling tone. So today let's explore why it's one of David's best, in my opinion, and of course the scene that defines it. I'm Lance Vlcek, and this is Scene Breakdown. What I love about Lynch is his complete lack of shits to give. In an era where we overanalyze movies to spin our own ideas onto what these were really about. I mean, think about this, and I'm not making this up. Jaws may be a metaphor for Vietnam. No Country for Old Men is about retirement. And the Star Wars prequels are somehow good? Which, let's be honest, is just folks looking for more meaning than was actually ever applied. I've lived too long. But you know what? Lynch has been out there making puzzles and locked boxes without keys and not giving a damn forever.
Eraserhead is my most spiritual film.
Elaborate on that.
No.
One of the few filmmakers who has never had a big interest in the details of typical story logic. What I've always respected is his innate talent to tell the tale like it unfolds in the unawakened imagination. Lost Highway is split into two parts that eventually intersect. We have Bill Pullman as a saxophone god, Fred Madison, and his quiet and sexually frustrated wife, Renee, the beautiful and talented Patricia Arquette. Of course, not much is said, but Fred's inability to either connect or please his wife, in his eyes, starts to manifest in paranoia. Add on to this a stalker who's videotaping their lives and sending them proof. Fred eventually loses it, dismembers Renee, and is put on death row.
Need anything, just ask the concierge.
Fred somehow then becomes a young mechanic who becomes infatuated with a gangster's mistress, Alice, again, Arquette, and we get a neo-noir 90s sexual thriller told through the surrealist stylings of a Mr. David Lynch. All set to one of the best soundtracks. I mean, we got Rammstein, Trent Reznor, Marilyn Manson, Smashing Pumpkins, David Bowie, Lou Reed, all in one movie, dude, one disc. And also, a special shout out to Lou's cover of This Magic Moment by the Drifters. It's dark and eerie, yet hopeful. One of the best covers and completely takes the song in a unique direction. But how Lynch incorporates it is masterful as well. The first time we meet Alice, it's this beautiful slow motion shot with this bit of light flutter. Teddy is head over heels, Arquette is stunning, and the song just leads the emotions. It's flawless. And a quick side note, casting-wise, this just needs to be mentioned because it's a great hodgepodge of anyone and everyone in this strange little movie. Outside of the perfect casting leads of Arquette and Pullman, we get Robert Loggia, Gary Busey, Richard Pryor, Henry Rollins, Michael Massey, Robert Blake, Giovanni Ribisi, Marilyn Manson, and of course, the always fantastic Jack Nance. All giving Lost Highway a certain odd Hollywood presence that fits perfectly into its bizarre and ominous atmosphere. Though there is one scene, not as iconic as the one that defines it, and spoilers, it's with Robert Blake. But as dark and surreal as this gets, Lost Highway is pretty f***ing funny. And if not for the haunting exchange between the mystery man and Fred Madison, I could have easily chosen this. Tailgating scene is just perfect. So on the way back from a diagnostic drive, Laurent gets tailgated. And well, yes, this scene is meant to show how trigger-happy and anger-prone Mr. Laurent is. You know, setting up the deadly game of Teddy sleeping with his mistress. But man, do I feel seen. We talk a lot about representation nowadays. And this, almost 30 years later, still speaks to me. I have been seen.
Do you know how many fucking car lengths it takes to stop a car?
Loggia swinging in with that hand cannon of a Desert Eagle, which, you know, I love that it's the gun of the 90s. We have this jazzy noir theme playing, and he just goes for broke. Not only is the dialogue hilariously accurate, but Loja is at 11 in his delivery. I mean, listen to this poetry. Do you know how much space is needed to stop a car traveling at 35 miles per hour? 6 car lengths. 6 f***ing car lengths. That's 106 f***ing feet, mister. If I had to stop suddenly, you would have hit me. And I want you to get a f***ing driver's manual, and I want you to study that motherfucker. I want you to obey the goddamn rules of the road. 50,000 people were killed on highways last year because of fucking assholes like you.
That's 106 fucking feet, mister! If I had to stop suddenly, you would have hit me!
Laurent is out here saving lives. I mean, honestly, Loja may just steal this entire movie. He plays Laurent with a precise level of danger, sleaziness, and humor. I forgot how funny he was.
You're doing okay. You sure you're okay? Just wanted to jump on and tell you that I'm really glad you're doing okay.
Which lends into the replay of the scene that defines this movie. One that's iconic and tonally why Lost Highway works so well. The meeting of the mystery man.
Before we continue with our video, here's a reminder to click the Store tab on any of our JoBlo channels and browse our collection of the latest and freshest designs in our merch store. Go get you some.
A man in black wanders the party thrown by Andy, who, if we're being honest, is absolutely sleeping with Fred's wife, Renee. No man would hold another man's woman like that if he didn't know he had already won. And it's essentially setting up the final straw for Fred. He's losing his wife if she's not already gone. Can't hold it together, and the insecurities are eating him up inside. I mean, look how awkward he is trying to light up a smoke. That's the body language of a man who's finally, in real time, realized he's lost his love. But who comes to greet him? Well, probably the physical manifestation of said feelings. With white makeup smeared all over his face, eyes like a shark's, brows shaved off, and a voice that sounds patiently fierce.
We've met before, haven't we?
Fred then goes home and brutally kills his wife. And this man, this thing, knows. Not only does he not blink, but has these face twitches, like his politeness is literally killing him. He's the dam holding the rush of water back. But what got me as a kid and still does today is him explaining he's actually in Fred's home at that very moment. Because as we know, it is not his custom to go where he is not wanted. I think the mystery man represents a force of doubt, insecurity, and turmoil. He, or let's be real, it, is a disruptor of the fragile order that Fred has constructed. I mean, he says it himself. Fred prefers to remember things on his own terms, not necessarily the way they happened. This is the breaking point of reality, making the transition from a somewhat grounded story of voyeurism and doubt to a more surreal realm. As much as I personally want the mystery man to be real, at least in some sense, it's more reasonable to me that he's an idea, a manifestation. And it's here that everything changes and we get duality, doppelgangers, great sex, and one bad trip. Lost Highway is one of the ultimate up-to-interpretation movies out there. But I love the idea of the mystery man, the man in black, being the guilt, the truth, and the reality of Fred. Maybe all of this is just different ways for him to deal and disassociate. And Fred is yet to accept what he's done. I mean, Teddy clearly is, I think, the masculine identity he wishes he was. And that's the beauty of it, though. I don't know and never will. The mystery man scene serves as the cornerstone of Lost Highway's surreal narrative. It's what Lynch does best. It encapsulates the essence of the dream-like psychological horror. And because Lynch spins his yarn in the realm of dream logic, Lost Highway is damn near one of his best.
It's simply a dream that I think is my life every time. But I'll forget this. I always do. I always forget my dreams. There is no time. There is no death. Life is a dream.
Dick Laurent is dead.
Seems like the world is moving on. Didn't stop to look around. Didn't give a shit if you're crashing down. You can close your eyes but not your skin. Don't believe what you refuse to see. Won't find a way in. Well, I can't ignore a certain pain.